Today is all about fun and fashion. We're going to be talking about cat eye glass styles and other frame styles that are going to make you look younger. Welcome to Salisbury Eye Care and Eyewear. I'm Dr. D. My goal is to arm you with the knowledge you need to take control of your eye health and have the best vision possible. Like and subscribe for videos every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Hey there, I'm Dr. D. I'm a doctor of optometry with my own private practice. I did a residency in ocular disease and I specialize in dry eye. I make videos here on this channel about eye health and education around that, as well as vision products. If you're new here, please consider hitting the subscribe button and make sure to hit that bell as well so you never miss one of our videos. While you're at it, I've included some show notes from today. We're going to be covering a lot of ground when it comes to frames and fashion, and it's going to come at you fast. So I've got a lot of notes down below. Feel free to check them out at any point during the video or after, and they'll help you learn more about these subjects. So today we're talking all about glasses and frames. And first of all, glasses are art for your face. If you think about it, there's nothing that impacts the way you see the world and the way the world sees you as much as the frames on your face. And so today we're going to talk about some faux pas to avoid, some glasses that sort of instantly age you. We're going to talk about considerations as you pick out your next pair of frames that you might want to think about. And then finally, we'll talk about some timeless eye styles, some frames that just sort of never go out of fashion. All right, my peoples, it is time for eye school. There's nothing that impacts how you see the world or how the world sees you more than your glasses. So I would argue that it is wise to put a lot of thought into the frames you're gonna wear day in and day out. Think about it, whether it's a first date, a first interview, any kind of first impression, people are gonna see your glasses and likely see your glasses first. So let's go over some of the styles that instantly age you that I would not recommend. All right, so there is the thing about frames and the thing about fashion with frames is that there's so much that goes into it. We have a lot of ground that we're gonna cover today, and I will get to those very, very important things about fitting glasses to your face and choosing the right color and all of that. So stick with me through the video. But first, we're gonna go over frames that are definitely aging right away. These are gonna, not do great things for your features. These are always kind of aging styles. So the first one we're gonna go over, and I see this one a lot because it seems like it was in maybe 10 or 15 or 20 years ago, but that tiny metal rimmed solid color frame. So you can see that this doesn't really do anything for my face. It's sort of nondescript, and it really just sort of ages me, and it has a definite time that this was in style. So this is kind of like out of date, just not stylish at all. Here's another type of frame that is just extremely aging. It doesn't do anything good for my face. It's what I would call very droopy. So the shape of this pair of glasses is really drawing your eye downward. As a woman, I don't want the eye drawn downward. I don't want my features drawn downward. I want them lifted up. And so this one is very, very aging. I'm sure, I can't see it on my face, but I'm sure it's terrible. Kind of going with the same thing. This is a very small oval, really not doing anything for my face. I can feel that it's very maladjusted. But again, this isn't really like lifting the eye. It's not doing anything for my features or enhancing my look. It's just sort of there. Same thing with tiny rectangles. And then finally, here's a style that we see a lot of our patients ask for because they think that it's going to be very low profile, and it actually in reality tends to age a person. So going with a rimless frame just doesn't really do anything to make your complexion pop and can be very aging. All right, so now that we've gone over some styles to avoid, let's go through some of the things to consider when you're looking for new frames. The first thing to think about is your personality. Are you bold? Are you reserved? What kind of work do you do? Do you spend your days out and about talking to people and you're sort of gregarious and talking to all sorts of folks and you want to have glasses that stand out? Versus are you sort of reserved and you want to sort of just blend in, have something that's obviously very classy but not going to be that bold statement piece. So really take stock of your own personality and what you're looking to say with your frames. The second thing to consider is your own personal style. This plays into things like, are you sporty? Are you someone who likes to lunch with the ladies or kayak with the family? So those types of things all do play into the type of eyewear down to the material that you're going to choose. The next thing to consider is your skin tone, your coloring, your complexion, because the frames that you choose can either enhance and complement your complexion or really sort of take the life out of you. This goes along with your particular skin tone, whether you're warm tone or your cool tone or you have more of a neutral complexion. We'll try to find a nice little quiz for you to take regarding your own complexion so you can figure out what that is, and we'll leave it down in the description below. The next thing to consider is fit. So obviously the fit of the glasses is very important. We take into account your eyebrows and how they sit, the bridge of your nose and how it's going to hold on to the frame bridge itself. Things like where your eyes align within the glasses, making sure they're not too wide or too narrow. And all of these things optimize not only the effect it has on your facial symmetry and the aesthetics of the frame, but also the way that you're seeing and the way that you utilize the glasses while you wear them. Now, the next one is predictable. This is face shapes. We have a guide for this on our website, on our shoppable website for my practice, and we'll make sure to link that down below so you can check out our guide. Face shapes are going to fall into heart-shaped, oval-shaped, round, square. There may be some others. But basically the concept around that is to pick a frame that is opposite of your face shape. So the theory goes that if your face is round, you should pick a more square frame. Or if your face is square, you should pick a rounder frame. I think that there's some truth to this fitting philosophy, but there's also more to be said about it, right? So it's not only your face shape that plays into the style that's going to really play up your features. One consideration is to loosely follow that sort of recommendation. So let's say your face shape is round. You could go with a more square frame that has some rounded features so that it gives a softer aesthetic and kind of complements your own natural roundness. The other thing about face shape is it's just not everything, right? So ultimately, I always say, you do you, boo. If you love something a little funkier, a little crazier, my face is round, but I love round glasses because it's a pop, it's a wow. Then if that's your personality, ultimately that's going to be more important than anything. So at the end of the day, stay true to your own fashion sense and your own style because that's going to really shine through. You'll wear the snot out of those glasses. Finally, one of the most important things to consider when you're choosing frames is your prescription. And that's where a great optician will help you and make sure that you're selecting the right frame, not only for your face and your skin tone and your personality, but also that's going to be able to house your prescription and give you the very best vision. Because after all, what are frames about if they don't give you wonderful vision? This last bit is why I'm strongly in the camp of visiting a experienced optician, right? So here in my office, we take all of these things into account and more. We get to know our patients, we chat with them about, how they use their eyes and what their lives are like. And so we're able to kind of create this picture and customize our glasses fittings to each individual person. And so that's something I recommend you consider doing, is seeking out a licensed optician or an optometrist's office or ophthalmologist or whoever, one of the 3 O's we like to call them, but an experienced glasses fitter that you trust, that gets it, that gets your goals and your fashion sense and can really help you wear glasses that just make you feel like $1,000,000. All right, so let's get into some frames that are timeless, ageless, are always in style, and may even make you look a bit younger. My first rule of thumb is to always look for something as a woman, to look for something with lift. Okay, so what we're talking about does not have to be a full-on cat eye like your great-great-grandma wore. It can be just something with a little bit of lift to the side. These are my favorite glasses. These are in constant rotation in my wardrobe right now. I love these. They're by Carolyn Abram, and she specializes. She's a French designer. She specializes in this gorgeous lift, and you can see that these are somewhat catty, but try to remember what I looked like in those droopy frames from before versus what these do for my face and how I wear them. If you want to go with something a little bit more punchy with more personality, you can have the same type of shape and something really bold like this. I like to wear these when I'm feeling more sassy. These are my subdued glasses. And this pair right here is bam, I'm here. So I really like these a lot. Again, they draw the eye upward. They do great things for a woman's face because of that lift, but they're not necessarily a full-on super cat type of shape. So this pair of glasses is a play on classic tort, but it's using more contemporary colors like your translucent pinks, a little bit of dark gray to black, and whites and clear. I really like it because of that. I think it almost reads as tort, but it's got some really interesting colors when you take a closer look. So cat eye tends to be flattering on many women, and there are variations on cat eye. So again, I recommend you at least try a cat eye on and look at what it does for your face and your face shape. Another style that seems to always be in style is a full-on round pair of glasses. So these here are a classic tort, and just about anybody can get away with these. I think that they're beautiful, and again, they're kind of like always come back around, always in style. A more subdued and classic way to wear a round frame would be something like this one. This one is metal, it's by Orgreen, and it is, again, a lot more subdued. We didn't talk a lot about colors, but for women, it's most becoming as on an aging complexion to use like berries, browns, any of the jewel tones, and so this one definitely fits the bill. The next type of shape that I'll talk about is absolutely classic, always in style, just a P3. This is your classic prepster with a keyhole bridge. Again, these are just a classy pair of glasses, and they come in so many varieties and iterations. Just about every frame manufacturer will have their version of a P3. Now you also want to look at your tort. So tortoise, you want to kind of go opposite of your skin tone. So it may be more flattering to wear darker tort on lighter skin like mine. And if I had a darker complexion, this really softer tort would pop against darker skin. So again, these are variations on that P3 color. I'm sorry, that P3 shape. And here's a P3 that's just plain fun. It's a tort, but it's got these fun little flecks of color thrown in, and it just screams style, put together, very classy, very timeless, and would go with just about anything. So we talked a little bit earlier about how most folks feel like a rimless pair of glasses will make them feel younger, but that's actually just not true. It does tend to have an aging effect. So here's your better option. A better option is going with something in a shape that's translucent. So I really like this one. It's got a great kind of sheer berry colored pink. The tones in this I think are really good against my skin tone. It's pretty chunky, so it's got a lot of personality, but it also fades away a little bit. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. Chunky, style statement, but enough subdued color that it's not in your face. And here's the alternative, a little bit thinner frame, but this translucent style is more peachy in tone. I don't think it's really the best against my particular skin tone, but it may be against yours. Another style that is classic and timeless is kind of that oversized, chunky, square, almost a menswear type of look. I love this. I love it in the tort. Tort is absolutely timeless. If you pick the right tort, it looks really great on no matter what complexion. And these frames, like I said, they're timeless. If you go in a really dark black, it can be super bold. Again, you have to be a little careful with complexion with a super black frame, but it also depends on that style that you're going for as well. But can't go wrong. Chunky, oversized menswear look is very fashionable. So I have a menswear frame to illustrate my next point. This point is that if you have a shorter face and you're looking to elongate it, choosing a style that's semi-rimless is going to elongate your face. So by eliminating that lower bold lens line, it's going to just, you know, draw the eye upward again and sort of elongate your face. So that's a consideration as well if you're sort of shorter this way. So when it comes to lift in your glasses, there are a few ways to accomplish that. It can certainly be with a cat eye pair of glasses that literally lifts up at the sides, but you can also accomplish the same thing by having a little bit of color up at the sides of your frame, maybe a splash of pink just at the corners. Or maybe it has some extra like details up toward the side. Even a square frame with extra details is going to lift the eye up and give you that kind of instant facelift and that you know, youthful appearance that most of us look for. All right, so here's your example of lift without being super, super catty. This is a more rectangular frame, but you can tell by this cute little magenta on the sides, it's gonna draw your eye up and it still has that lifting effect that we talked about. All right, I have a model to show you. I wanna show you one of my very favorite examples of life-changing glasses, appearance-changing glasses, and so I'm gonna bring Kristen in and I want you to see glasses that she chose herself, that she fit herself before she knew anything about the optical world and what we've got her in now. Stay tuned because I think you're gonna be so shocked at the difference. So these are the glasses that Kristen was wearing when I first met her. She picked these out herself online. She was going for a menswear look. So there's a few problems with these glasses. Number one, her bridge is tiny. She has a thin bridge and the bridge on the glasses just does not match and it ends up drooping all the way down on her nose. When I met Kristen, she said to me, "If I hold them up a little bit, I can see." The optical center on those glasses is down on her cheeks. So this is a poor fit. They're sitting so low on her that her eyes are not even looking through the clearest part of her prescription. Also, they're drooping low. Those are glasses that are the classic draw your face down. They're not lifting up. They're not doing anything good for her face. Sorry, Kristen. Now, let's take a look at her gorgeous new glasses. Kristen's new glasses are such a massive improvement on her old ones. Look how her eyes are aligned in the center of her lenses. Look at the gorgeous shape and how it lifts her face up. Look at the tone. The tone is absolutely perfect. That emerald green goes so well with her beautiful, beautiful red curls. So this is just such a home run compared to what she was wearing. I'm back. Kristen is the perfect example of what glasses can do for your face. When you have that wrong fit, it just can bring your whole complexion down. It can make you look sad when you're not sad. And having the right glasses, I think, just polishes off any outfit. So a couple of parting thoughts when it comes to your glasses style. I know that this is coming from someone who sells glasses as part of my living, and so take it with a grain of salt, but I would recommend considering having multiple pairs of glasses, okay? So you can think about having a weekday pair. That's your pair that you wear at work. For the office, it has one aesthetic and one feel to it. You can have another pair for nighttime activities, so date nights and fun. And maybe, you know, special events. Maybe you have fancier glasses for special events. You can also play it like having your sort of subdued pair and then your colorful, fun, punchy pair. But I think that there's definitely room for a couple of pairs of glasses in your life. And then you can get into task-specific pairs like, you know, glasses that are made for computer and things like that. Finally, one thing I didn't mention but is very important is kind of the depth of the lens. So you'll notice I didn't show you a bunch of teeny tiny glasses today, and that's because as we get older, it's very important to have what I call the real estate to be able to accommodate a progressive so that you can get into the full benefit of your progressive prescription. All right, so that's glasses style in a nutshell. I hope that helped you kind of get a sense of some outdated styles as well as some inspiration for potential picks for your new frames. More than anything, I encourage you to seek out a professional, have fun with it, and try something different. Put a pair of cat eyes on your face, put something bold and colorful, and just see how it makes you feel, because it's all about, you know, obviously vision first, but this is fashion. It's got to make you feel good and it's got to make you look good. So branch out and see what happens. I want to thank you for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe down below. We make videos and they go live every Wednesday at 4. So I will see you next time.